Your Uncle Don't Know Nothing podcast. Your host, Sauce, the analyst, Doc Prime, Big Play Joe, MJ the Playmaker, and Coach Peyton.
All right, fellas. We had some good games last night. We ain't got to do no whole lot of traditional intros, none of that. Because we want to get to the games. And we're going to start with OKC and the Grizzlies, man. This joint, they sent the Grizzlies to hell. It was gnashing of teeth. It was the fiery lake. It won't no referees. The devil said let them play. It ain't nothing they can do with these people. It ain't nothing they can do with these people. And this win tomorrow, the Grizzlies need, they got to have it. Let me ask y'all a question. Is this a straight result of the firing of the coach, the changing of the coach? Is this what's going on with this Grizzlies team? Because they look awful. Ja Morant was, scrambling to score. He had to create. He was Picasso last night trying to create a shot. And they were just punishing him.
But you think about this.
But hold on, is it because of the coach changing? Is it the coach changed? They can't get used to?
Too many distractions. It's the coaching firing right before the playoffs and Ja Morant.
I can't put it on Ja Morant. If Ja Morant won't playing, if he won't putting out 100%, we could go there. I can't put that on him. Something else going on, man. This team doesn't seem to know that they're in the playoffs.
They distracted.
So, they know they're in the playoffs. I think some of it is the coach. I think this interim coach is doing a good job. The team pretty much is playing the same as they were with the last coach. However, that wasn't really an optimal style, which we're seeing. However, I do got to pump the brakes a little bit. Wise NBA man once said, it's not a series until a road team wins a game. So Oklahoma City held their own at home. That's what they're supposed to do as the number one seed. It don't matter if you lose by 1 or 51. It's still a loss. You can't get 2 losses in one game. So I think they're going back to Memphis. Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, they're getting beat up by everybody who's talking. And this coach has a chance to make some adjustments, and we can make some real analysis then. I think we got to let them have a home game as the 8th seed. I think they were a little bit tired from the play-in, from some of the things that happened with firing their coach. That emotional high ran out. They got hit by a bus. Can they go home and recoup? I think they can. I'm excited to see what they got.
Well, they got ran off the floor on the fast breaks, 48-8. That's in this type of league, the way the league is now, that got to tighten up. Is it the team's confidence? Or is it the defense?
Well, they only scoring
OKC defense,
89 points a game. They're scoring 89 points a game. No defense. They're giving up a 35-point differential the past 2 games. The bench is not scoring enough. Everybody else shooting a low percentage, but you had the center, Chet Holmgren. Their center, Edney, not scoring enough, and nothing is on the bench. But OKC is running them out the building. Oh man, God, it's ridiculous. And they have balanced scoring on their end. Like you look at the box score, a lot of balanced scoring, but they just taking it to them as soon as they get on the court, and they building so much a big of a lead that they don't have a chance to get back. Like the last game, they won by 19, but they really won by like almost 30. Then the other game was just, you thought you were playing 2K. You saw the score. You beat somebody online. You're like, that's a real score? Yeah, it was a real score. And they have to win the game at home. They had to blow them out in order to get more confidence in the team. If it's a close game, they're not gonna feel too confident, even though they can win. a close game,
Okay.
but they did shave the point differential in half this game in the last game. So there is optimism they can really win game 3 at home.
They are not blowing them out. That's I'd put money on that. They are not going to blow the Thunder out at home. If they win, it's going to be a close nail biter. Their issue is defense. Zach Edey looks out of place. He looks like he has just not developed to the NBA game. They're exposing him. He's not doing well offensively. He's not playing well defensively, and that's kind of feeding in. I think they got to get more physical. They're letting the Thunder do whatever they want. They're letting them get open shots. The fast break points is normally a coach will tell you that's about effort and defense, getting back and stopping them. I think they need to come to Memphis and they need to take a page out of the old Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Detroit Pistons team, and they each have 6 fouls. They need to each agree to use 5 of them. And they need to make it a physical game. They have some size. I want to see Edey, Jaren Jackson getting fed in the post, trying to slow the game down. They can't run with OKC. But I think it's all going to start with defense and figuring out how many minutes can you play Edey and who can he defend. Because right now, he's getting embarrassed. This isn't the NCAA. This is the NBA. Refs are swallowing their whistles. It's getting physical, and he's looking a little bit overwhelmed. So I need the coach to make the game easier for him so that he can succeed.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, Mark. I think that the team needs to push the bounds of what the refs are allowing them to do physically. You've got to get physical with this team, and I think that trying to save fouls, stuff like that, you got to go out and say, we're going to get physical, we're going to figure out where that boundary is, and we're going to change the pace of this game so that it's more favorable to our weapons. And I think if they don't do that, they're in a lot of trouble. But I'd like to just pump the brakes a little bit here and just say, we're talking about game 1 here. We're talking about everybody did what they were supposed to do. We're going to see the adjustments. This is where coaching comes in. This is where, okay, let me see if I can stack my best tools and let me rearrange some things. I think there's going to be a lot to be said about the next round. And I think we got to wait till the end before we can do a serious, deep analysis on who's blowing it and who's not going to make it to the next level. So I think you're right about that.
Doc Prime, listen, man. I hear you. You sound good. You're looking good. You look great. Skin popping. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. They're going to have to, what they going to do about SGA? The dude was sitting in my car shooting threes last night. Effortlessly. They just flow off his fingertips crazy. Listen, if you Memphis, do you stop SGA and make the rest of the team beat you, which is gonna be them guys was balling. And like you said, MJ, they was at home, but I mean it looked bad.
Change the mentality.
You want to get swept? Hell no! Those guys are killing us, especially SGA, and he gonna drop another 3. We gonna foul rest of the night. Push their as hard as you can. They beating the hell out of us in basketball, but we gonna show their as how to rise on 0-3.
It's not about how do we stop SGA. If I'm the coach, I'm going and I'm talking to Ja Morant. They need to be talking about how are they gonna stop you. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, every player on the Grizzlies needs to change their mindset to say, hold on, I'm about to come out here and show them why I'm wearing this jersey. And they need to go at Oklahoma City. They need them thinking on defense. All right, hold on, I got to make sure I'm connected, stay at the hip, I got to box out. And they got to understand you're going to be playing hard for 48 minutes. You're not taking any time off, you're coming. That's not what they've been doing. Ja Morant, look, we've been talking about Ja Morant. It's time for us to talk about him as dominating on the basketball court. I know he sprained his ankle, but look, many of the greats will tell you, if you're out there, you're healthy. We don't care about you being nicked up. We've seen what stars can do. When you look at the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, star came out, put on a performance that had people's jaws dropped.
He did.
We need to see that from Ja Morant. Ja Morant's got to go off. He's got to take the ball, and he's got to show us why he was the 2nd overall pick. Otherwise, I mean, this could be the beginning of the end. I mean, remember, Ja Morant is the same person who said just a couple years ago, we good in the West. But he has not been good in the West. this is his chance to be good in the West, and he's got to show me something.
Facts.
Two
That's facts.
two things. Two things. He can't let Dort slow him down. That's what's been happening the last 2 games. And Jared Jackson need to play like a big man instead of trying to be a small forward shooting threes. Get in the box,
That's his game,
block
though.
shots. He got to change it up. Like Doc Prime said, you gotta go to him. The only way that you can go to him, they are small in the box. You got 2 big men. All they gotta do is post up and play the post up game, kick it back out to Bane or Morant when you do get in trouble in the box, and you'll be successful. Then and they can rebound more because the rebounds went down also.
And
Well,
that's
Ja
what I
Morant-
expected coaches. I expect coaches to make those kind of adjustments. I mean, they got film. They're gonna look at that first game, and they've got to do what they got to do to change the dynamics of the game. If you go in with the same game plan, thinking, "Oh, I'm just going to execute this same game plan better," I don't know if that's going to bring you success. You got to change it up. That's what you got to do.
I get changing it up, but players can't just change the way they play, right? We can't say to a player who's normally a slasher, "Oh, you got to get to the 3-point line and knock them down." You got to
Facts.
play your game. Jaren Jackson's been playing the same way the entire season, and they've been successful enough to make the playoffs. He's got to keep playing his game. The issue is they're not playing well at that game, and only they know what the reason is. When I watch it, it looks like they're putting in effort. The improvement from game 1 of losing by 51 to game 2 losing by like 10, that's a good improvement. It's just not enough, right? But at home, bench players can play better. I want that crowd's got to go crazy, so Memphis got to come out and show up. But they got to give the crowd something to cheer for, stay close, so that late they can try to do something. And I think that, that something is going to come down to Ja Morant. In the playoffs is where, stars are born and where stars die.
Where stars go to die. I agree. I
agree
with that.
Or the OKC is just way better than the Grizzlies. They're just way better. I mean, they had 14 losses on the season. The next team is 30 losses. They have less than half of losses than the Rockets. And that's the next team under them. Maybe OKC is just that much better than the Grizzlies, and they're showing it.
True.
So maybe the Grizzlies can try to do as much as they want, but they still are not as good as OKC, and OKC is probably going to sweep them.
I agree with that.
It is looking like the brooms are about to be pulled out. A Swiffer might make an appearance.
A Swiffer might make an appearance. Yeah.